that DTPS term is thrown on every weighted blanket page. And essentially what it means is that we put a small amount of pressure on different pressure points throughout the body and just naturally releasing serotonin and melatonin, like our happiness and sleep hormones. And then in reverse, we want to reduce the cortisol, which is that stress, anxiety we get before bed.
Mm-hmm.
What makes the Hush so special is that the just by having weight on a blanket doesn't mean that it's distributed properly. So in some cases, you have all the weight on one side and not on the other, or on my feet or on my chest, and it's
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable. So what we did is we created a solution where the weight, no matter how you sleep or on what size bed, or if you share with somebody else, is going to be evenly distributed on your body.
Mm.
And then another big thing was that, as you can imagine, having 15 up to 35 pounds on you is a lot of material. It's quite heavy
Right.
and quite thick in some cases. So that becomes very warm, which is a huge issue with many weighted blankets and the cheaper fabrics that are used. And we developed our iced blanket, which in 2019 was the world's first cooling weighted blanket. Now we have our Ice 2.0, which is like an organic version. It's even colder. So now
Oh,
you have a weighted blanket
wow.
that's cold, cold to the touch.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's cold, it's easy to wash, but we created a zipper technology because who wants to throw a 35-pound blanket in your washing machine? It'll break.
Right.
Uh, we made it super easy to clean, cold all year round, no matter where you live. If you live in a hotter climate, and then we also created the largest selection in the world. So if you have a king bed or a twin bed, no matter how you sleep or your size, if you need a 15-pound or a 25-pound,
Mm-hmm.
really have the perfect weighted blanket for you.
Okay, amazing. Well, we have the blanket here because you guys sent me one. Thank you so much. And it's awesome because, you know, I'm gonna get my kids one too because my daughters always complain about they don't get enough sleep. And I think part of it is, you know, I take their phones at night because I think that a lot of it has to do with the screen, you know, being on and the blue light. But I think this might be helpful for kids too because I feel like a lot of kids have problems sleeping. Have you heard that too?
It's a huge thing. So when we launched the kid weighted blanket in just a year and a half ago, we didn't think much of it. It was more actually to support. We do a ton of like charity, and we donate 1 in 10 that are sold, and
That's
so we were
great.
supporting.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that too, the humanitarian
Yeah,
side.
we can get into it after, but we were supporting a camp that supported children with a whole bunch of different things, and then we realized that there was a huge need because kids want to take advantage of the sensory, that feeling of being hugged before they go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And we found that kids who sleep just 1 extra hour. So if a kid is sleeping 6 hours, they can sleep 7 hours. They'll perform better in
Mm.
school. They'll have less panic attacks if that's an issue. They'll have deeper sleeps,
Wow.
deeper energy, and they'll actually eat better, which is really unique. We didn't think that would affect it. It
They'll
actually
eat better?
helps. Yeah, because when sleep is up there with food and water, right? Although it's not spoken about or educated in the
Right.
way food and water, but it's up there with food and water. So if we can sleep right, then we can organize our day properly. If we can go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time, then we'll also eat. Our rhythms, our circadian rhythm will be in that motion. We can eat at the same time.
Yeah.
And I know myself, if I miss a meal and I end up, eating 2 or 3 hours later, then I'll go to bed at a different time, and it kind of ruins that rhythm.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And we have one of the people that's watching right now, Rosalinda. She's someone that's always, you know, supporting our streams. She says, I totally agree with that. She has 6 kids. So
She
obviously
knows.
she
She definitely knows what I'm talking about.
obviously she's allowed to give us an opinion about that for sure. You mentioned earlier about the humanitarian side of what you do. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, when Lior, my partner who first discovered, the use of weight as a sensory device, he was actually volunteering at a camp that supported children with different various needs, and they had this stimulation room, and the room has all kinds of sensory products, but he found this kind of like weighted, it was like a lap pad kind of thing that he loved, and he would just go in there and nap on his break and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And then fast forward, we developed this premium blanket that hundreds of thousands of people are using. And since day one, we made it a point to always give back to where we discovered, give
That's
back to people
great.
who it is a premium product. It is more expensive than ones you'll find on, the ones on Amazon or Walmart or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so we donate 1 out of every 10 of the adult blankets that we sell, which
Beautiful.
is 10%. And then we actually donate 1 out of every 5 of the kids' blankets that we sell. And last year alone, we donated over $1 million worth of blankets.
Wow.
1,000 different charities and organizations supporting youth and veterans in both Canada and the U.S. So it's really become a huge part of our identity. In the beginning, we just did it because we felt right. Now it's like it's a whole program, which is really cool to see.
That's incredible. That's so cool that you guys do that. It's funny because are you guys in Clubhouse yet? Do you know about Clubhouse?
Yeah, we had our time in Clubhouse.
Are you done with it now?
I wouldn't say done, but not as involved.
Okay, I was in a room today. I'm very involved in Clubhouse. As a matter of fact, a lot of times that I'm doing these interviews, sometimes I have Clubhouse in my other ear.
Wow.
And sometimes people are like, Sally, are you in Clubhouse right now, or are you like paying attention to what we're doing? And so yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit obsessed at the moment. And now there's a whole nother app called Green Room that people are going into that Spotify put out that's just like Clubhouse. Anyway, and Mark Cuban now has another one that he's putting together. It's insane. But I was in a room today and we were talking about just humanitarianism. How do you give back in your life? Like what do you do on a daily basis to give back, whether it's in your home, whether it's outside of your home. So I love that you guys are doing this because I don't know if you guys know, like I'm a documentarian, my film is all about giving back, but I think it's so important, even if it's not you starting an orphanage or you not, doing something like starting a homeless shelter, just giving back in the way you guys are giving back, I think is spectacular and great, and it's changing people's lives. So thank you for doing that. I think that's incredible. And I know that we were supposed to have Lior on as well, so I feel kind of bad. Is he like waiting for us?
I don't think he's waiting.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's gone.
All right, so we're just gonna do it with you.
Yeah, he's gone.
Well, he's gone. Okay. All right. Tell him I apologize. I didn't know that. I figured you guys would be together. I don't know why I thought that you guys just live together because you.
But he had to run into the ambulance.
Oh, okay. Is he where you are right now?
No. If he was, he'd be here, but no.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it. So I wanted to show everybody the clip, if that's okay, of you guys in the Dragon's Den. So give me a second here. I'm going to cue it up. And so everybody could see, because I love this video so much. Give me a second here. Let's go to it right now.
Dragons.
All right, bro. Let's kill it.
With a deal.
Is that a onesie?
Yes.
Hello, Dragons.
Wow, jeez.
My name is Lior.
I'm Aaron.
We're from Toronto, and today we're seeking $400,000 in exchange for 10% of our business, Hush Blankets.
Okay.
Sleep is the most important part of our day, yet 1 in 4 Canadians are suffering from insomnia.
None of us sleep.
And even more are suffering from anxiety and stress. So we created a weighted blanket. The Hush blanket is a sleep-inducing blanket that allows you to fall asleep faster and releases your sleep and happiness hormones while reducing your stress hormones.
Yep.
So, Dragons, it's time for you to get over your duvet and under a Hush blanket. Who wants to try?
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
Hush blankets are made for twin and queen size beds and range in weight from 5 to 25 pounds.
Do you mind if I put it on you?
All right.
Oh, wow, you're gonna wrap us in a
You
blanket.
guys are gonna get wrapped.
Weighted blankets.
Oh my God, this is heavy.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night, Alice.
So we found a lot of problems with the competitors' blankets.
Can I suck my thumb,
This
too?
is so nice.
They're made of toxic poly pellets. They're not stitched the same way. They don't have the zipper tech technology, which allows you to just simply unzip it and throw it in the wash. So we definitely improved the standard product.
Oh, who's snoring over there? Who's snoring?
Everyone's sleeping.
Jim?
Money, 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 money.
Dragons,
of
wake
money.
up.
Wake up, wake up. We got to make a deal.
Oh,
Is anyone here a hot sleeper?
A who?
I am.
a hot sleeper?
Yep.
So we also developed a cooler product, similar to that one, but made of a different material and a different cover. That's cool to the touch. So if you're a hot sleeper, it's the coldest blanket in your house.
Nice.
You know, I think there are a lot of these types of blankets. So they are good for kids with autism or any sort of
Anxiety.
social
Yeah, it, like,
disorders
calms them
where
down.
it calms them down.
Yeah.
That's actually how Hush Blankets started. I was volunteering at a summer camp for special needs children, and they had a sensory room there. And I saw this weighted device. I saw it helping the campers, And when I partnered with Aaron a couple years later, we decided to bring something like this to the masses, but in a much more premium form.
Nice. And what do you sell them for?
We sell them for anywhere from $159 to $269.
It's not bad. So what are the sales?
So in our first year of sales last year, we've done $600,000.
Okay.
And already this year, we have surpassed 3.2 million.
3.2?
That's correct.
Shut up.
Yes.
Wow.
Good for you guys.
And we're projected to hit $6 million this year in sales, especially with Q4 coming up soon.
And what's your margin on it? Like, what are you making on it?
Depending on the product, our margin is around 32%.
That's really good. So what do you need the 400 for? Because you're making pretty good money right now.
So the money specifically, we want to reinvest in R&D.
Okay, so it's a long video, but tell us like how that went. So first of all, were you super nervous when you went into the Dragon's Den? And like, tell me all about your experience.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting because we think that, you know, we'll meet them before, we'll see the set, like we'll be able to practice maybe without them in the den.
None of that.
That's not the case. It's literally like you audition prior to you audition to the producers and stuff, and then you finally get invited to pitch, you know, the Dragons and do that whole thing. And we show up and we're like in a room with like 100 other people, and everyone's like talking to each other and practicing, and it's like, you know, and we're sitting there like, you know, not taking it too seriously because, you know, we grew up watching this show, and we only even auditioned because one of my friends was like, wouldn't it be funny if you guys were on the show? And I'm like, yeah, I probably would. So, you know, let's apply. And next thing you know, we're sitting in this room with 100 people, and when they call us actually to go next, and something happened. The cameraman like fell off his chair or something and hit his head.
No.
And they shut down filming for the day, and they're like, okay, well, you know, all the people who are supposed to finish today, you can't go tomorrow because tomorrow is also a full day, and then the next day is also a full day.
Oh
so
my gosh. No.
We thought it was over. We're like, oh my God, we didn't make it. But it worked out as a blessing because the rest of that day, we actually got to like practice and take it a little more seriously.
Oh,
because
good.
People who came out of the den, and they told us like how amazing it was, and like we're like, oh my God, we're actually going on TV. This is actually real.
Yeah.
So we spent all night practicing, and they called us at like 11 o'clock at night, and they're like, hey, we're gonna shoot you first thing in the morning before the next day started. We're gonna shoot you first thing. So we had like everyone, like as you can see, like my eyes were like popping out of my head, like the energy was high, you're ready to go. Definitely nervous at first, but we knew our numbers, we knew we had a really good business, and we felt that the Dragons would resonate. We didn't think it would turn out into a bidding war and everybody getting into it, but
that was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first time ever, I think, in 14 years that happened.
Yeah, because they were like, this has never happened, and this is incredible how they all like teamed up together. There was 6 of them. I loved it. Like one of my favorite shows is Shark Tank. I absolutely love it. My kids and I watch it together. It's just fun. I love watching people come from just trying to make their company succeed to all of a sudden now they're partnering up with a shark and their company goes. We love the updates. I don't know if Dragon Den does updates. Do they do updates as well?
Yeah, I think we might be doing one, I think. I'm not quite sure, but.
Oh, good.
I hope to do one.
Okay, so where is Dragon Den? Because I had never even heard of it until I saw it on Instagram.
There's good history. Dragon's Den was first, actually. So we had like Kevin O'Leary and Herjavec.
Oh, funny.
Was on Dragon's Den, but like anything good that comes out of Canada, the U.S. does it bigger and better. So I think it was on like 4 or 5 years in. Shark Tank became Shark Tank, and Mark Cuban. It just became an incredible show. Yeah. But yeah, it's the same concept of you know, pitching and hoping for the best. Different dragons. No Mark Cubans on the panel. No massive people, but very similar for sure. Yeah, and you guys, your first year, I think I remember you saying you made like $300,000 the first year, and then it went up to like a few million. Yeah, our first year, which was 2018, we did just under 700,000 in
Oh,
sales.
700,000. Okay.
And then 2019, which was the year we pitched, we did $3 million
Right.
to date. Like we pitched in June, so at that point we did $3 million, and then with going on TV and stuff like that, it ended up being an incredible year. We finished just under 7. I think
Wow.
on the show we predicted 6. So we're pretty good.
Wow. That's incredible. So there's a couple of questions. We're going to go to the questions in a second. Aaron wants to know, he wants to know something, but I want to ask you a quick question. When the Sharks come on board, because they took 8%, I remember it was 400,000 for 8%, which you got a better deal than you came in with, because it was 10% is what you were asking for. So do they immediately get involved? Do they immediately get attached to the company? Do you have to, call the LLC or the corporation company and say, now we have 2 more partners? Like, how does that all do they take over? Do they try to tell you what to do now? Like, I'm always curious about when they come in, what is their actual role?
I mean, honestly, that's a great question. I think it's different for everyone. In our case, it was unique because, and I'll leave the surprise a little bit at the end. So in our case, it was unique because we had the exact same questions as you. It's like, hey, like, what are you gonna do when you come in, and do we keep the money? Do we take it, or does it come into the business? And do we have to restructure the whole thing? And who are we? Do we have to report to somebody now? Like, as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of dynamics that change. And we had the exact same questions as you. And what happened was, we realized as we were going through this process that in our case specifically, I mean, it's different in so many different businesses, that the percentage was actually too small, and it was split between 2 guys, right? So it was 4% each. The percentage was too small to actually ask for anything from anybody. Right?
Oh,
like,
wow.
hey, can you dedicate your life to?
Yeah.
to
They're like, not for 4%.
So we realized that the whole ask was wrong, and we actually didn't, even though they still wanted to work it through, they just weren't willing to commit to having any capacity in the business, which wasn't ideal for us. So we actually didn't even end up taking the deal at the end of all the due diligence.
Oh, wow.
Because of all those things you brought up was exactly the same things we were thinking. So in our case, it didn't work out, but some deals do go through, but I would say that probably half, if not more, don't actually like.
Wow. That is, I'm so happy that you just answered that, because I've been, watching Shark Tank. I'm always so curious, like, what ends up happening? How do they, do they take over? So it's interesting that because you probably did so well on the show, right? That your sales spiked up. And it's almost like you don't need to give away 8% of your company for someone that's not really going to put that much into it. And it's your baby. It's like giving away your children, 8% of your children,
You hit the nail right on the head.
Absolutely. Well, because I compare my films to my children, and I'm not going to give a percentage of my film away. That's my baby, So anyway, that's a whole other thing. But Aaron wants to know, when did you start selling these on Amazon?
Good question. So something unique about Hush, and kind of back to your first question of what makes Hush so different, is we're constantly sold out. It's been our kryptonite since day one. Even if you go on our site, if you go on Amazon, you'll see that not everything is in stock. And another thing that's really cool is because the Hush is much different. It really takes advantage of the essence of a weighted blanket is supposed to be. So we launched on Amazon right away. When we first launched in 2018, the second we got our inventory, we were like, we're going to focus a lot of energy on Amazon, because a lot of our friends were on it, and we knew it was a good channel to start off on. What happened was we underestimated the power of Amazon. We sold out in 3 days.
Right.
And a year and a half, we were never able to finally load back up enough where we can put some in Amazon.
Oh, wow.
And a few months ago, the same thing kind of happened. We still have some stock, but Amazon is difficult because it's hard to keep stuff on the shelf.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. There's so many people selling too on Amazon. It's incredible. I used to sell a product on Amazon. I had to pull it out. Anyway, that's a whole other thing too. But where are the blankets produced and made? Someone is asking.
It's a great question. So Some parts are made all over. We put it together in China. So some of our fabrics are shun in Vietnam or in Israel, and then we move it back into China where it's put together, and then we package it in Toronto. And soon, hopefully, once we get a DC set up inside of the U.S., we'll do the same in the U.S.
Okay, amazing. Well, I think it's time for us to pack this box that you sent me, because I've been waiting. I have not opened the box because I wanted to wait till we did the interview. So I've been like chomping at the bit to open this up. So we're gonna go ahead and open it. I can't even pick it up because it's so heavy, the box, but I'll flip it like this so you guys can see it. So there's the box, Hush period, which I love. There it is. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open it right now. I did undo the tape because I didn't want to be fussing with the tape. All right, so here we go. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, it's so heavy. Okay, hang on. All the crackling noise. Maybe I should have done this. That's an annoying sound. Hang on. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. I love the way it's packaged. It's so pretty. There's a little owner's manual. Very nice. I'll have to open that and see what's going. Oh, you have to go inside. Got it. Okay. Love it. Wash with care. Got it. 3 steps to get most of your new Hush. And it comes with a little bow, as you guys can see. And then let's open this puppy up. Oh, I love it. I've never had a weighted blanket before. This is awesome. And it's nice and cool right now. I love the tag.
That's the ice one. So if you touch like your pillow beside you or something like that, and you go back to touching the ice, you'll see exactly what.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. This is a really, really nice blanket. Yeah, I've never had a weighted blanket before. So that is incredible. I love it. I'm going to take a nap now. Because this is great. You probably sleep with your blankets every night, don't you?
Yeah, it is funny. A lot of people think I don't, but yeah, I don't sleep hot. I actually sleep cold. So I sleep with our classic one, which is much more.
Wow.
Now.
Aaron, this is so cool. Like right now, I am cool. So like as summer is coming, this is going to be incredible. My kids are going to steal this from me. I know they are. But I've been talking about your blanket. Everyone is asking me about this Hush blanket that Sally keeps talking about. So here it is. Here's a Hush blanket. And then yesterday, you were going to be on yesterday to give us a percentage off. Is that still offered for our people or not? No pressure.
It definitely is.
Yay!
Let me just make sure I extended it.
Amazing. So just for my audience.
Yeah, it's
exclusively for Sally, What's the Boss, or What's the Buzz audience. We are going to give you how much? Tell us how much.
We're going to give you $40 off.
Ooh, Rosalinda. Because Rosalinda's going to buy one right now.
There we go.
How do we do it? Do you just give us
I'm going to give you the code right now.
Okay,
So
amazing.
Code right now. What code did you want it to be?
Do Sally's Buzz. Sally's Buzz.
Okay, SALLYBUZZ.
That is incredible. Rosalinda says she's purchasing the light pink one with chevron stripes. Hopefully it's the right one.
That's the kids one?
Is it the kids one, Rosalinda? Let's see if she answers. Yes, it's in my cart right now. So this is the Hush blanket. Make sure you guys are getting the Hush blanket, which is different than some of the other weighted blankets. So yeah, it's $40 off. So check it out. And then how do they get the code?
So I'm just doing it right now.
Okay, cool.
It's on Amazon.com, or we can do it on the website.
Okay, perfect.
Which one do we prefer, website or?
Let's do Amazon, and what I'll do is I'll promote it today, also on my Insta story and my post. I'll post about it, with, how long will that coupon be available?
We can do it till Friday for the rest.
Okay, perfect. So I'll post about it today, and I'll give them the Sally's Buzz coupon code, and then I'll talk about it again tomorrow. I'll post about it today and tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Yay! Do you want to just DM me the code? How does that work?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just DM you the code.
Okay.
I can even just send you it as a full link, and then
Perfect.
We can go ahead and use it.
Yeah, and I could just tell people to DM me and I'll send them the link. Is that the best way to do it?
That works best.
Perfect. Yay! All right, I love it. Thank you so much, Aaron. Like, this was such an incredible interview and time with you, and just getting the behind the scenes of everything going on with Dragon's Den, which is probably very similar to Shark Tank. And I love my new blanket. You know, I'm stealing this from the studio and taking it home because it's amazing. And I will promote the blanket on my Instagram and Insta story. And for everyone that's watching right now, DM me on my Instagram, which is Sally Colon, the number 1, and I will send you the code so that you can get a blanket for 40%. Is it 40% off or $40 off?
$40 off.
$40 off. Yeah, we're gonna give you $40 off. Somebody's like, is it 40%? No, it's $40 off. And I know, don't you wish? And yeah, so thank you so much for your generosity, and thank you for being with us. This has been so fun, and we'll connect again. I have some other shows that I'm doing that I would love to bring you on and talk about your amazing blanket. Tell Lior we missed him, and maybe next time he can do the interview with us.
Yeah.
But appreciate you so much, and good luck with your company, Hush Blankets. It's an incredible company, and I'm so happy to be now connected with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks for the coupon. Yay! Look at, I got my blanket. Now I have it. I'm taking it home. My kids are going to steal it from me. I already know. But I'm going to put this up because we have our next guest. She's here. I'm going to put this back in the box. It's, oh, we're going to show a video. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. 5 minutes? 3 minutes. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Don't